Imagine a world on the brink of change, a world before the Mongols, a world where the maps of power were yet to be redrawn, and the echoes of a thunderous cavalry had not yet reverberated across the vast plains of Asia and Europe. This was a time when the political landscape was as diverse as it was fragmented. Kingdoms, empires, and city-states dotted Eurasia, each with its unique culture, political structure, and economic system. The relative peace of this era was occasionally disrupted by local conflicts, but the world had not yet seen a force that could unite or conquer these diverse lands. In the East, the Chinese dynasties flourished, renowned for their innovations in technology, art, and philosophy. Their interactions with the nomadic tribes of the Asian steppes were often marked by tension, as these two contrasting ways of life, sedentary and nomadic, clashed and coexisted. The Persian societies, known for their rich culture and sophisticated urban centers, were major players in the economic and political affairs of the world. Their intricate tapestry of trade routes connected the East and West, fostering a vibrant exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. Far to the north, the kingdoms of Russia were emerging, with their political and cultural identity still in the making. Their interactions with the nomadic tribes were a complex mix of conflict and cooperation, shaping the course of their history. The nomadic tribes of the Asian steppes, often overlooked in the grand narrative of history, were a vital part of this world. Their lifestyle, centered around mobility and warfare, was a stark contrast to the settled societies around them. Yet they were not isolated. Trade, conflict, alliances, these were the threads that connected the nomads to the settled societies, weaving a complex web of interactions. This was the world that was about to be shaken to its core by the rise of the Mongol Empire. A world on the cusp of transformation, teetering on the edge of an era that would forever change the course of history. In this fragmented world, a unifying force was about to emerge. Enter Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, the man who would lead the Mongols from scattered tribes into a single, formidable force. Born into a world of tribal infighting, Genghis Khan's life was marked by hardship from the beginning. But through tenacity and cunning, he rose to become the leader of the Mongols. His leadership was transformative. He didn't just unite the Mongol tribes, he completely restructured them, breaking up the old tribal affiliations and reassembling them into new military units based on merit, not birth. This was a radical shift in a society that had been defined by tribal loyalties for generations. But it wasn't just Genghis Khan's social reforms that led to the rise of the Mongols. It was also his innovative military strategies. The Mongols were masters of the horse and the bow, and Genghis Khan harnessed these skills to devastating effect. His armies could move with a speed and agility that left their enemies scrambling. They could attack, retreat, and then attack again before their opponents had a chance to regroup. And then there was the psychological warfare. Genghis Khan understood the power of fear. He used it to his advantage, spreading terrifying tales of his ruthlessness far and wide. As a result, many cities would surrender without a fight, rather than face the wrath of the Mongols. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongols embarked on a series of conquests that would see them control the largest contiguous land empire in history. Key among these were the invasions of China and Persia. In each case, the Mongols were vastly outnumbered, but through a combination of superior tactics, psychological warfare, and sheer audacity, they triumphed. Thus began the era of the Mongols, a period of unmatched expansion and conquest. The world had never seen anything like it before, and it would not see anything like it again. The Mongols were on the rise, and they were unstoppable. At its zenith, the Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous empire in history. An empire that spanned from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean, it was a colossal testament to Mongol power and ingenuity. Imagine this, an empire that stretched over 24 million square kilometers, larger than the Roman Empire at its peak, larger than the Great Persian Empire under Cyrus. It was a vast tapestry of diverse cultures, languages, religions, and traditions, all governed under the iron rule of the Mongols. The Mongols were not just warriors, they were astute administrators. They developed an effective administrative system that held this sprawling empire together. They divided their realm into regions, known as khanates, each under the rule of a Mongol leader. This system allowed for efficient governance and helped maintain order across the vast territories. Perhaps one of the most noteworthy aspects of the Mongol Empire was its economic system. the Mongols established a vibrant trade network across Eurasia, known as the Silk Road. It was not just silk that traveled these routes, but ideas, technologies, religions, and cultures, fostering a period of unprecedented intellectual and cultural exchange. Let's not forget the leaders who steered this massive ship. One such leader was Ogedei Khan, the son of Genghis Khan. Under his reign, the empire expanded into Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Then came Kublai Khan, who took the reins and established the Yuan dynasty in China, marking the Mongols' significant influence in East Asia. These leaders, with their strategic acumen and vision, carved out an empire that was not just about conquest, but about the unification of disparate lands and cultures under a single rule. They created an era of relative peace and stability, known as the Pax Mongolica, that facilitated growth and progress. The Mongol Empire was a testament to the power of unity, strategy, and vision. It was an empire that rose from the steppes of Mongolia to cover a quarter of the world's landmass, leaving an indelible mark on the pages of history. But even the greatest empires are not immune to decline. The Mongol Empire, a colossal force that once dominated the world, was no exception. The fall of this vast empire was not a sudden event, but rather a series of misfortunes that gradually eroded its power. The first crack in the Mongol Empire was internal divisions. As the empire expanded, the Mongols found themselves ruling over diverse cultures, languages, and religions. This diversity, while initially a strength, became a source of tension. The empire began to fracture into separate khanates, each with its own interests and agendas. Succession struggles were another major factor. The Mongol tradition of electing a new leader, or Khan, was often a chaotic and bloody affair. When Genghis Khan died, his sons and grandsons fought bitterly for control. This internal strife weakened the empire, making it vulnerable to outside threats. And there were indeed outside threats. The Mongols, known for their invincibility in battle, began to suffer military defeats. One key event was the Battle of Ain Jalut in the year 1265. Here, the Mamluks of Egypt, using clever tactics, defeated the seemingly unstoppable Mongol army. This victory marked the first major defeat of the Mongol forces, and it signaled the beginning of the end for the empire. Then came the death of Kublai Khan in the year 1294. Kublai, the grandson of Genghis Khan, had been a powerful and effective ruler. His death left a power vacuum that further destabilized the empire. In the end, the Mongol Empire, once a fearsome force that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe, crumbled under the weight of its own ambitions. Its vast territories fragmented into independent khanates, each going its own way. The empire that had once inspired terror and admiration in equal measure had fallen. The Mongol Empire, once the largest in the world, was no more. The Mongol Empire may have fallen, but its legacy still echoes in our world today. The Mongol Empire, once the largest contiguous land empire in history, left an indelible mark on the world. Its impact, far-reaching and enduring, has shaped the course of history in more ways than one can imagine. The Mongols, known for their fearsome military might, were also great facilitators of cultural exchange. Their dominance over the Silk Road, the ancient trade route that stretched from China to the Mediterranean, enabled the unprecedented spread of ideas, technologies, and even diseases across Eurasia. This vast network of trade and communication served as a conduit for the exchange of scientific knowledge, artistic expression, and religious beliefs, fostering a kind of globalism that was truly ahead of its time. Moreover, the Mongol Empire's influence on modern nations is nothing short of profound. In Russia, the Mongol rule, often referred to as the Mongol yoke, played a significant role in shaping the nation's identity. Its centralized autocracy and its distinct strain of Orthodox Christianity. In China, the Yuan dynasty, founded by Kublai Khan, integrated the nation into the global economy and introduced administrative practices that are still in use today. And in Mongolia, Genghis Khan, the founding father of the Mongol Empire, is revered as a national hero, an emblem of strength and unity. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the Mongol Empire lies in the lessons it imparts. The rise of the Mongols, from a fragmented group of nomads to the masters of an empire, teaches us about the power of vision, leadership, and organization. The fall of the empire, however, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of human ambition the volatility of power, and the inevitability of change. The Mongol Empire, a testament to the power and fragility of human ambition, remains a compelling chapter in the story of our world.